iron. Uh, the Highlands, or northern New Jersey, was much later to develop than other places in New Jersey because of the rugged terrain. There's a series of about 15 to 20 mountains that are oriented northeast to southwest. They weren't particularly high mountains, but between the ridges and the valleys, they were particularly steep, and it made east-west transportation very, very slow and very, very tedious. You'd have to skirt all of these mountains, following the river valleys, and make these huge zigzags to get east or west. And that proved very challenging to get the iron wares out of the Highlands to market. The first furnaces and other associated with these mines were furnaces and forges. Furnaces to extract the ore from the rock and to make mercantile iron, which is pig iron or bar iron, and then the foundries, which can take the mercantile iron and make products out of iron products. They were all at first fueled by charcoal, which is very inefficient fuel, because each of these furnaces and forges, which once in operation would be continuous 24 hours a day until the fire failed, each would consume 1 to 3 square miles of timber each year. So by the mid-19th century, there was barely a tree left here in the Highlands. It was an ecological disaster. Soot and mud, and nothing stayed in on the face of the granite hills, just eroded away. It was pretty awful until the second growth established, which you can see today. And these iron operations almost went belly up because there was a lack of fuel until they converted to anthracite, which is a type of coal, which was readily available a few miles west in Pennsylvania. However, because of that rugged highlands terrain, it was cheaper to import coal from England than it was from Pennsylvania. So they really didn't solve their problem until one day an enterprising individual from Morristown, an educator and a businessman by the name of George McCullough, was fishing at his favorite fishing hole one day, and that was Great Pond, today known as Lake Apacon, and said, what if I dug a ditch from the Delaware River to the Hudson River, using water in this canal to make water in this lake to make a canal? We'd solve the problem. That was in 1821. It was such a good idea. Well, the New Jersey legislature gave him a charter to form this company and to form a banking company to finance it. And within 10 years, this canal was built. But there was a challenge to build a canal connecting these two rivers because of the elevation changes between sea level and the summit of Lake Apacon. If they used a system of locks, which could only lift a canal boat, say 8 to 10 feet, it would take hundreds of them. But they heard about this operation in Poland called an inclined plane. By using falling water from one level of the canal to the next, to turn a water wheel could power a car cradle, which was on rails. The canal boat would float onto this cradle, and it would lift the boat out of the water, out of the canal, 100 feet up to the next level of canal and deposit it. And it was such a brilliant idea, it worked. But think of it, this is in 1820s that they built this thing they didn't even have steam power. It was just pure brawn and hand tools as they built these inclined planes, a canal, 102 miles of it. And it opened up northern New Jersey for the first time to true commerce, so they could fuel their furnaces and forges. They can ship out their finished iron wares to bring it to market, and help cities like Newark and Jersey City grow because of this iron into the commerce centers, transportation hubs, and population centers they became. And it was because of this canal. And a lot of towns in northern New Jersey, cities, modern ones, first established as canal towns, such as Dover and Rockaway and Boonton and Montville. That allowed northern New Jersey to establish its development patterns, which are evident today. And this was a canal village that was is being restored by the state of New Jersey, and also with the help of the Canal Society of New Jersey. Speaking of which, the former executive